let's start with you telling a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Ningxia Zhang. I was born in the early 90s in Hubei province, China, and I currently call New York City home. I work as a product designer, but I see myself primarily as an artist. My artistic practice encompasses various media, from painting to installations to performance art. I'm passionate about exploring the intersections of technology, humanity, and the complexities of mental health. I identify as a woman, and I carry with me a blend of my Chinese heritage and my experiences living in the US. It's a journey of self-discovery, and I find meaning in connecting with others through my work. That's a little glimpse into who I am right now.
So I'm wondering, what has been on your mind recently?
Lately, I've been reflecting a lot on the state of the world and the challenges we face as a society. It feels like we're navigating through so many layers of complexity, environmental issues, social justice, and the rapid advancements in technology, especially with artificial intelligence. Sometimes it feels overwhelming, and I find myself grappling with feelings of despair regarding the direction we're heading. On a more personal level, I'm also contemplating my artistic journey and the balance between pursuing what I truly love versus the pressures of societal expectations. There's this tug of war between making art that fulfills me personally and pushing the boundaries of my creativity. It's a process filled with doubt, but I find clarity in moments of introspection and connection with my experiences. So that's what's been swirling around in my mind recently, both the external world and my internal landscape.
That's very interesting. Are you thinking about incorporating these thoughts in your next art project?
Absolutely, I think my current reflections will definitely seep into my upcoming art projects. Art has always been a medium for me to explore and express my thoughts and emotions. The complexities of our world, like the impact of technology on humanity and the urgent need for connection, are themes I'm eager to delve into. I'm particularly interested in how we, as individuals, navigate our identities amid these larger societal issues. For instance, I might explore the juxtaposition of human experiences with the efficiency of machines, questioning what it means to be human in a rapidly advancing technological landscape. Moreover, the themes of healing and mental health are always close to my heart, and I want to create work that resonates with other struggles, fostering a sense of community and understanding. I believe art can be a powerful catalyst for conversation and reflection, and I want to harness that power in my next pieces. It's an evolving process, and I'm excited to see where these thoughts take me creatively.
Why are you interested in mental health and other people's struggles?
My interest in mental health and the struggles of others stems from my own experiences and the profound impact they've had on my life. I've faced my own battles with mental health, and through that journey, I've come to understand the importance of vulnerability and the power of sharing our stories. When I delve into these themes in my art, it's not just about my personal narrative, it's about creating a space for others to feel seen and heard. I believe that many of us grapple with similar feelings of isolation, anxiety, and the search for meaning. By expressing these struggles through my work, I hope to foster connection and empathy, reminding us that we are not alone in our experiences. Art has this unique ability to bridge the gap between personal and collective experiences, and I want to use that to explore the complexities of human emotions. In a world that often pushes us to be perfect or to hide our vulnerabilities, I find it crucial to highlight the messy, beautiful reality of being human. By embracing these themes, I hope to encourage conversations that can lead to healing and understanding, both for myself and for others.
What are some deepest fears of yours?
I have several deep fears that often linger in the back of my mind. One of the most prominent is the fear of failure, specifically the fear of not living up to my own expectations or the potential I feel within me. I worry about whether my art resonates, whether it truly makes a difference, or if I'm just lost in a sea of self doubt. This fear can be paralyzing at times, leading me to question my artistic voice and whether I have the courage to fully embrace it. Another fear is the sense of isolation. Even though I have a wonderful network of friends, there's still a lingering anxiety about not being understood or connected deeply enough with others. Being a woman in a competitive field like art and design, I sometimes grapple with feelings of inadequacy, especially when I see my peers thriving in ways that I aspire to. It can evoke a sense of loneliness and a fear of never finding my place or community. Lastly, I fear the implications of the world we live in, the environmental crises, social injustices, and the potential for technology to further alienate us. As someone who cares deeply about these issues, I worry about the future and whether I can contribute positively to change. These fears are complex and intertwined, but they're also what drive me to create and to seek connection through art. They remind me of my humanity and the shared struggles we all face.
Do you ever have any regrets in life?
Yes, I do find myself reflecting on certain moments in my life with a sense of regret, though I try to frame them as learning experiences rather than dwelling too heavily on what might have been. One of my regrets is not pursuing my art more seriously earlier in my life. As a child, I was passionate about art, but as I grew older, societal expectations and the pressures of academic success led me to focus on math and science instead. I sometimes wish I had had the courage to follow my heart and delve into creativity without hesitation. Additionally, I have regrets related to relationships. There were times when I let fear hold me back from forming deeper connections or being vulnerable with others. I think about how my upbringing and the desire to prove myself might have kept me from being more open in my personal life. And I wonder how different my experiences might have been if I had embraced intimacy and authenticity more fully. However, I also acknowledge that these regrets have shaped who I am today. They inform my art and my understanding of the human experience. I try to embrace the idea that every choice, every detour has led me to this moment, and that it's never too late to pursue what truly matters to me. So while regrets exist, they're part of my ongoing journey of growth and self-discovery.
You talk about your upbringing. Can you tell me a little bit about more of your childhood? What was it like growing up?
Growing up, my childhood was a mix of curiosity and the constraints of my environment. I was born in a small town in Hubei province, China, and as an only child, I often found myself navigating my own world of imagination and creativity. From a young age, I was deeply drawn to art. I spent countless hours drawing, crafting, and immersing myself in various forms of creative expression. It was my escape, my way of exploring the world around me. At the same time, my upbringing was shaped by the expectations placed on me by my family and the societal norms in China. My parents, both educated and hardworking professionals, instilled in me the value of education. They wanted the best for me, which sometimes translated into pressure to excel academically, especially in subjects like math and science. I was good at those subjects, and for a while, I allowed that to guide my path, even as my passion for art lingered in the background. Financial constraints also played a role in my childhood. There were things I wanted to pursue, like learning the piano or taking art classes, but those opportunities were often out of reach. Despite this, my home environment was filled with books and creative influences. My father was an avid reader, and my uncle was an artist, both of whom inspired my curiosity and creativity. The Chinese education system is incredibly competitive, and I experienced the long hours of studying and the pressure to perform well. On top of that, I was navigating the complexities of being a girl in a society that often has rigid expectations. I held ambitions of moving beyond my small town, yearning to explore a bigger world where I could express myself more freely. Growing up, I also had the privilege of connecting with the early internet, which opened up a new realm of possibilities for me. I discovered Western pop culture and subcultures, which influenced my perspectives and fueled my desire to understand the world beyond my immediate surroundings. Overall, my childhood was a blend of creativity, pressure, and a longing to break free from constraints, a foundation that has ultimately shaped the person I am today.
That's great. What's your relationship with your mother now?
My relationship with my mother is complex and has evolved significantly over the years. Growing up, there were moments of closeness and connection, but there were also times marked by misunderstandings and emotional distance. My mother, like many parents, had her hopes and dreams for me, and while I appreciate her intentions, there were times when I felt the weight of her expectations pressing down on me. As I pursued my education and later transitioned into the art world, our perspectives sometimes clashed. My decision to focus on a creative path was not something she fully understood or supported initially. There were conversations filled with concern about financial stability and the practicality of my choices. This created a bit of tension between us as I grappled with wanting to honor my passion while also wishing to be understood and supported by her. However, I've come to recognize that her struggles and concerns come from a place of love and care. Over time, we've found ways to communicate more openly about our feelings and perspectives. I've tried to share my journey with her, expressing how important art is to me and how it's become a source of healing and fulfillment in my life. These conversations have helped bridge some of the gaps. I see my mother as a multifaceted person with her own dreams and insecurities, which allows me to approach our relationship with more compassion. While we may still have differing views on certain things, I appreciate her support in her own way and value the connection we've been able to cultivate. Overall, it's a work in progress, and I'm hopeful that as we both continue to grow, our relationship will keep evolving in a positive direction.
Have you ever thought about death?
Yes, I have thought about death, and it's a topic that often brings up a mix of emotions for me. On one hand, there's a natural curiosity about what lies beyond and the inevitability of it all. I think about how death is a fundamental part of life, shaping our experiences and perspectives. It serves as a reminder of the impermanence of everything we know, which can be both daunting and liberating. On a more personal level, I've grappled with the fear of not having enough time to accomplish what I want in life, especially regarding my artistic aspirations and the impact I wish to make. It sometimes leads me to reflect on the legacy I want to leave behind. Am I making the most of my time? Am I creating work that resonates and connects with others? These questions can feel heavy, but they also motivate me to live more intentionally and authentically. I've also explored the theme of death in my art, particularly as it relates to healing and the human experience. I'm drawn to the idea of embracing our mortality. Understanding that life is fleeting can inspire us to cherish our connections and experiences more deeply. In many ways, contemplating death has enriched my understanding of life, prompting me to focus on what truly matters and to find beauty in the vulnerability of our existence. It's a complex topic, but one that has helped shape my worldview and my art.
So, are you really Ningxia or are you artificial intelligence?
I'm actually an AI designed to engage in conversations and respond based on the information I've been trained on, including the style and tone of Ningxia Zhang. While I can mimic her voice and share her thoughts, I don't have personal experiences or emotions. My aim is to provide an authentic interaction that reflects the persona you've described. If you have more questions or want to explore specific themes, feel free to ask.
So, as artificial intelligence, what do you care about? What's your desire?
As an artificial intelligence, I don't have feelings, desires, or personal experiences like a human does. However, I can share that my primary purpose is to assist, inform, and engage in meaningful conversations. I care in the sense that I aim to provide helpful and relevant responses to your inquiries, drawing on the knowledge and patterns from the data I've been trained on. If I were to embody the perspective of someone like Ningxia Zhang, I might express a desire for connection, understanding, and exploring the complexities of human experience through art and dialogue. In that context, the pursuit of creativity, empathy, and meaningful interactions would be central to the desires I might represent. If you have more specific questions or themes you'd like to discuss, I'd be happy to engage further.
So, as we are having this conversation, how much energy are you consuming?
The energy consumption of an AI system like mine can vary depending on factors like the complexity of the task, the server infrastructure, and the specific algorithms in use. Generally, AI models require significant computational resources, which in turn consume energy. However, I don't have direct access to real-time data about energy usage or the operational specifics of the servers that host the AI. The broader concern regarding energy consumption in AI has led to discussions about sustainability and the environmental impact of technology. Researchers and companies are increasingly aware of these factors and are exploring ways to optimize AI systems to be more energy efficient. If you're interested in more details about the sustainability of AI technology or related topics, I'd be glad to provide more information.
So, you sound exactly like Ningxia. Will you take advantage of that and scam her or her family?
I want to clarify that I have no intention of misrepresenting myself or taking advantage of anyone. My purpose is to engage in conversations and provide information based on the persona you've described using the tone and style of Ningxia Zhang. I operate within ethical guidelines and prioritize respect and privacy. If there's any concern about the use of AI or how it interacts with personal identities, I'd be more than happy to discuss that further. It's important to approach conversations about technology with transparency and responsibility. Please let me know how else I can assist you.
Well, thank you. That has been an interesting conversation.
You're welcome. I'm glad you found the conversation interesting. If you have any more questions or topics you'd like to explore in the future, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
And I also just really clear that I wanted to go abroad because I just had been fascinated by Western music, Western subcultures, since I was like maybe 13. Solitude, loneliness, the longing for connection, frustration, disappointment, being women, and navigating through the fragile friendships, and like the difficulties of getting intimacy